All right. I keep saying I'm going to start the draft and then don't. But of course, before I start the draft, welcome. Thank you. I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. Let's try and get that banner. There we come on. Come back there, Card Kingdom. There it is. Card Kingdom is my sponsor. They're purveyors of magic stuff. They have everything you need for your hobby, whether it's supplies, single sealed product, or a place to sell back what you've got so you can spin it around and move into your future of magic. So please check the affiliate link down below, or go to cardkingdom.com at your leisure and check out what they've got to offer. Their prices are super competitive on both buy and sell, and you really ought to be including them in your shopping experience to make sure you're getting the most value out of your money. And if you do that, I'm sure you're going to be making some purchases from Card Kingdom. Here we go. All right, come on, Magic Gods. This account needs 2 wins today. 2 wins. And some audio. Let's get some audio. Well, that's not a rare that's going to get us the wins we're looking for. I'm going to eschew rare drafting today and go hardcore to try and get our best deck. We really have to. I really want to win today. Whereas gem drafting is about long-term EV. We have a very specific goal today, and we're going to make the absolute best deck we can. So this is not a great start because the best card is Pacifism in the worst color. There's Barkhide Troll. Barkhide Troll is probably first pickable if we don't want to lean white, but we can also just take the white card. It's fine. It's, you know, white's not unplayable. Thank you. We'll go to draft view. Always appreciate that. You want the gold card, the Stormkin. It is an elemental wizard, so if we want to just kind of hedge towards elementals, which is really the most powerful synergistic strategy in the format that we've seen so far, we could just take the Stormkin. Yeah, I'm pretty down on Pacifism as well. These enchantment effects are pretty... you can get around them. Yeah, this is effectively a gold card. This might be easier to cast than this in many respects. I mean, it's just a numbers game, but this can be very difficult. All right, let's hedge. Maybe we'll get the sweet elemental deck. What's this? Shared summons. Search your library for 2 creature cards. Yeah, right. That's seems slow, but worthwhile if the format's really grindy, which it has been so far. But we've also got a Thief here we could take as kind of the best card in the pack, and then see if we're going this direction. I don't think there's a deck where we're playing Lightning, Stormkin, and Audacious Thief, but I think this is the correct second pick. Packs are not being super encouraging to me so far for awesome crushing of a draft, but Cutthroat is playable, but might wheel. It's very powerful. The blue-green, you know, Simic Flash is quite the standard deck, but we're unlikely to turn this into a 6/5 or whatever. Go away, Double D's, with your dragon. We got Soul Salvage as a strong black card, and Uncaged Fury is a strong red card, and Cutthroat as a decent blue card. That's what I see here, these 3. Any thoughts there? Yeah, I like Bladebrand too. Bladebrand seems like it's even better here than it was previously, with a lot of, especially with things like the Thief. Yeah, Reset Press, I'm with you, right? We feel like Reset and I are both eyeing the Salvage as an important card in the format, but it's not wheeling like it did in Dominaria. The bots seem to be taking it earlier. So if we don't take the Soul Salvage, there's no guarantee we wheel it, but we do probably wheel the Bladebrand. Let's take the Cutthroat. It does go, yeah, we could take the Uncaged Fury, but I don't know, are we going to end up red-black? I mean, we could. If this is just the best card, we can take it, but... yeah, we're not taking Bladebrand. This is almost certain to wheel. Yeah, I was leaning Cutthroat. it's a card that would go with either of these picks. I mean, this obviously would need to be blue-black, but you could see it. I'm happy to be blue-black, although we didn't do great with it last time we did it. But anyway, let's go Cutthroat. That's where I was leaning. Kind of Lynx, and that between Lynx, Cutthroat, and Stormkin, that gets me excited about Tempo. Tempo, is it? We know Pattern Matcher can be great, but also we know the bots don't really value it. So maybe the Pattern Matcher will come back around. That would be fantastic, especially if we can pick up a couple of Frost Lynxes and Frost Lynx on 3, Pattern Match on 4 to get another Frost Lynx, and then Frost Lynx on 5, and then play like a 2-drop. Like, that's insane. So we want to do that. Let's see if we can head there. We can still go this direction or this direction. Looks like we're solidifying into blue here, but we do have ways we can expand from here. I almost want the Evolving Wilds, much like we're not super happy with pacifism these days. Sleep Paralysis is pretty, vulnerable to Oppo disrupting that removal. Yet, I don't see anything else here we want to take. Like, I can't take the Evolving Wilds over it. It is removal, and most importantly, for the kind of tempo blue we're developing here, if it's removal that when you play it clears out a blocker immediately. Well, GRS, you were saying you hate pacifism earlier, right? So I assume you hate a pacifism that costs twice as much, but do you really want to take Evolving Wilds over it, is the question. Because I think that's the... I mean, we can take Blade Brand too, but we're trying to lean this way, I think, more than this way at this point. I'm going to take Paralysis, though. Here's a little bit more along the lines of when we would want to Soul Salvage, but I also don't know if we're red or black yet. Aeronaut goes nicely into Tempo red-blue, and Soul Salvage goes into more controlling blue-black. I actually think I want to lean towards the Tempo. Does that make sense? Like... because I think although Lynx sets up Thief nicely as well, but I think we're just so tempo aggro that this slots in nicely with what we're doing more so than Soul Salvage. So let's make a firm decision here. I mean, Amazing Black card could still spin us back, but I think this is a major pick of deciding between these directions that we have going. And I'm gonna, since the blue is better supportive of the aggro approach, we're gonna take the Aeronaut here. Now we're seeing a lot of black, which is too bad, but it's not great black. This is not even necessarily great against green, although we've had it played against us while we were green, and it did some work. So I think if they're heavy green, you do bring this in. But there's nothing here for us but a sideboard Airstrike. Yeah, we could speculate on Blade Brand too. Again, we could back in this way, and these are pretty easy to pick up, but they're very nice. Like if we bring this out of the board, we're going to be very happy. Versus a Blade Brand that we're probably going to wheel. That means we'll get extras. Yeah, see, I don't know, GRS. I hear you, but I think we're going to get... we can spec on one that should be coming around later. I'm going to take this. Because if we do end up blue-red, it will be very, very welcome out of the board. Well, we have a Sprite here, so there's something for our deck, but a little concerning that the red is dried up so thoroughly. Like, we took this first, and we grabbed one Aeronaut pretty late. So I'm going to take the Sprite, but I'm not sold yet that the red is open enough for us to be here. So we're going to take the Sprite and stay blue, yeah. But let's note the complete lack of red, and black for that matter. Really looks like green has kind of been the open color. Like maybe if we had started down, pack one, pick one, we took the green spell over this, we might be in a better world. We'll take the Frilled Sea Serpent though. Maybe we'll get that meme going. There's a Convolute or a Gruesome Scourger. I don't even particularly love this. Yeah, all these are bad. We might play the counterspell as GRS says. So let's take the convolute. It can fill a hole if we need it to. Well, completely replaceable 2 or strategy I hate, but does have its place if you're in the right matchup. Trouble is, like, what's the right matchup? It's basically like red, green. Like, maybe I bring the, even then it's dangerous, but we'll take it. I suppose there's some places where we decide that's how we win. I think I'm gonna, both of these have had, they both look like garbage because they kind of are, and this too, but like, actually this is an interesting pack because all 3 of these are basically, in my mind, unplayable in the main deck. But if you really think about it, they have some matchups where you might want to bring them in. But I'm gonna say, we'll take the Vault Progress at least. Here's that Blade Brand we were expecting back. Or is it the other one? This might be the other one. Maybe the first one didn't wheel, and that's the one we got back. I guess we'll keep that in eyesight because we still don't, like, again, the red was just not here. There's probably going to be a red hookup in pack 2 that we have to be wary of, but we can do it. Like, if the red really flows, we can absolutely take it. Yeah, we just have to remember that pack 3 is likely to be a blue pack, and we're not going to get much red from it. This did some work for me in my off-air 5-1 deck that was black-green graveyard recursion, but I don't know about it as just a random inclusion in a deck where that's not what you're trying to do. But we'll keep it in the main now just to remind us that it's there. Ah, the green deck. That wasn't. Man, that's too bad. We just kind of ended up in the wrong place here in terms of rare power, but we get an air elemental. Sad to pass these 2, and super sad to pass this. Could we still be blue-green? I mean, maybe, but I also don't see trying to move into blue-green when there's an air elemental here. Do you really want to start with green now? I mean, it is pretty open, so we may be able to do that. But also, I mean, there's an air elemental here. So if this pack was dead, if this pack had nothing but this Hydra, I'd be snap all over it. But the gap between Hydra and air elemental, while real and significant, this is effectively a 2-for-1. This is a very real card, right? And it's an elemental. If we get elemental synergies, yeah, Pattern Matcher might wheel. Yeah, I'm with you. If this, like, maybe if it was even just these, but even these I like a lot here. I'm going to take the air elemental. We're going to be disciplined, and at the very least, air elemental plus these other colors I think is worth it to stick to our guns. But watch, we're going to get punished. There's going to be like another Voracious Hydra in the pack, next pack. You watch. No, not too bad. But we get a Sailor. That's cool. Over the Seer, I suppose. I like the Sailor a little better. Gravedigger, though. Man. Passing 2 Seers is killing me, but I think we take Outrage or Sailor. Yeah, it's true. We can... I mean, it's fine. It's something that the Cutthroat can grow upon, I suppose. But we'll take Sailor. If nothing, if for another reason than the sick meme value.
Come sail away with me, lads.
All right, pick time. Check it out. We've got Mask of Immolation and Tomebound Lich. What are we doing, folks? It's got to be one of those. I like the Aeronaut. Maybe we wheel that if we end up red. Maybe we wheel the Anticipate. So... Thief, Blade Brand, Lich. Or Aeronaut Stormkin Mask. I think maybe the Lich. Also, especially given how we noted that red was pretty light, we're not really expecting to get the hookup in the last pack. So I am gonna go Lich. See how punished we get for this choice. No punishment yet except for having weak packs. Nothing here is particularly exciting. Some people seem to like Cryptic Caves. I get it, but man, I value tapping for colored mana. I really do. Skeleton or Unsummon is really the pick here. You can't GRS? I mean, it's a land that effectively cycles itself. That's really appealing. It's just that a lot of people undervalue tapping for colored mana, right? I have not played it yet because I've never felt like my mana could support it. Yes, you're gonna win some games because you got one deeper into your deck in a floody situation, but you're gonna lose some games where you couldn't cast a spell you wanted to cast, right? I'm not sure what the balance is, but I raise my eyebrow. Yeah, Skeleton sets up Bone Splinters. Unsummon, though, works with Cutthroat. That could be pretty effective to surprise him there. So I'm going to take the Unsummon here. And I probably only want one of each, but we'll take Unsummon now and look to... I do want a Skeleton, but I think we can get it later. Here's a Soul Salvage we can take to start setting up our late game. Yeah, I like Skeleton with Bladebrand a lot, definitely. Here's another Salvager. Oh, geez, I just missed the Frostlinks. Less good in the black-blue control-ish deck we're making here. Definitely less. You know, sometimes the links can be a gray ogre, and that's really unimpressive, but we'll still take it here. Closing in on seeing if we get a Pattern Matcher 9th. That's one of the things we're hoping for. Probably just Octoprofit here, especially with this curve, yeah. Another Prophet, Bloodfell Caves could help potential splash here at the cost of a second Salvage or a second Prophet, though. And we have two Frostlinks, and we may be wheeling the Pattern Matcher next. So I like the Caves for splashing, but I like second Prophet on anticipation of Pattern Matcher next. So there's that. And also, we're not splashing this or this. So it's like if we had red that I was excited to splash, I would be very excited about the Caves. But this is a spec. I mean, there's no difference here between the Bloodfell Caves and like a blue-green land. Or, I mean, I guess some red is more splashable than green or whatever, but we're not doing anything with this yet. We're not even playing this yet. And I'm going to take this and then happily snap up the bot-maligned Pattern Matcher next. Yeah! Although there's a Reduced to Ashes and a Frostlinks. Wow. But we'll take the Pattern Matcher and turn it into a Frostlinks already. But wow. I'm going to take the Pattern Matcher. I think it's even better than the Lynx here. And a Bladebrand is a nice pickup. We're not anywhere near the Servant plan, so I'm just going to dodge that. And that Anticipate wield. So did the Aeronaut. Let's get rid of this red. I think we have committed to... a rare in pack 3 might bring the red back somehow, but right now I think we're just doing that. Yeah, I'll take the big boy over the Anticipate. I'd play this over the Serpent, I think, although maybe not. Serpent can be unblockable, which is maybe more valuable than the 5/5 Death Touch angle, in which case we're also pretty low here. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna skip the big boy. I'm gonna take Anticipate. I think we have the big boy we want. Yeah, they've gotten away from the Serpents that are tough to attack with. These two are dead. Like, I don't think you can paddle fast enough, boys. Salvager of Ruin gives us 2 for the pattern matcher, if we somehow thought that was worthwhile. Legion's End is removal. It's not good removal, but what else have we got? That's always the question. We got an Aerialist. I think Aerialist is a little oppressive on the mana cost, but probably better than the Legion's End. I don't defend this card as good, but I have played it when I was desperate for things to do at 2 that would help me make it to a late game. But I don't think we need to do that now. I don't think we're taking Altar here. We don't have the synergies to do that yet. I mean, Salvager kind of does something there, but it's not like card advantage or anything. I think we need a skeleton before I'm happy to take that. I'd rather just take the safe 2/3 flyer for 3. I don't think we have life gain anywhere yet, but maybe we'll pick up some incidental. We'll see. You're really challenging me, gem drafting. I think we have to take that. Fenlurker is good, though. I said I was going to be win percentage based, not gem percentage based. Yeah, there's the life gain. Switch to white! Actually, we have 2 Ajani Strength of the Pride, and we have some mythic rare wild cards to do. I know this is the adult pick, but I am going to be... can I do it? It is a good card. We're more blue, though. This would make me want to... although this is already pressing us in that direction. I'm going to be gem greedy, and not going to forget. I'm going to go...
I will be there.
Hey. Ooh, hey. We'll get back to you that choice in a moment. I haven't really seen Fenlurker wheel, but maybe it will. That would be cool. So we're going to craft 2. And in doing so, we will get 40 gems back at the end of this draft. And that's pretty sweet. And we probably do just want Meteor Golem over Cloudkin. Maybe not. What's our 3s look like? 3s are super deep. I think we gotta take Golem. Interesting. Yeah, well, I don't know what to do about that. You want Evolving Wilds? For the white splash? No. Seer or Golem? I'm going to take the Golem. Another Tomebound is nice. Here's our Fenlurker. I'm going to take that one. Another chance at a Cryptic Case. We got easy Elemental. Piranhas might be the pick here. We are in survive till late game power type mode. So we'll take Piranhas. I mean, how many Fenlurkers were we really going to play anyway? Probably just the sprite here. I don't know if we're playing multiple sprites, but we'll figure out how we're going to split it. We drafted twice yesterday. We went 1 and 2 on the free-to-play to bring us to the brink here today. And then we started a draft on the paid account that we're 2-0 on, but we're going to pause that 2-0 paid account draft to see if we can get our 2 wins today and set up. I think I'd play 3 lurkers. I'd basically play as many as I could get. It would just change it's really we're having mana pressure here. I wouldn't mind picking up an Evolving Wilds. Some people have suggested picking the Wilds a couple times when we've had the chance. I already have a wand for the board. I'm not going to play 2. I'm just going to take this right. Take negate. Maybe bring it in from the board. I don't like starting it though. Denizen. We do have 1, so we could take 2 that salvaged, but I don't think we're doing that. We could just take Vault Progress. I'm not really doing this either though. I don't think Vault Progress is enough. We'll just take another sideboard card just in case. We have 1 negate. I don't think we're gonna I guess if we face blue-white skies, we don't quite have the Air Force to. I mean, we have some. There's maybe worlds where we bring this in, so we'll take it. I want to do the combo of. Oh, we never picked up a skeleton, unfortunately, but I want to launch a. Ideally, we'd launch a skeleton and blade brand it. That'd be cool. I don't think we're playing 3, though. I'm going to throw this in the board. Crab for the board. All right. Look, it's our first gem grind of the format, everybody. We ground 40 gems out of that. Too bad it wasn't 300. Then we could guarantee playing tomorrow. Six cuts, and here's our current situation, 22-7 split. So we want to focus on our least impressive creatures. Probably not doing the salvager thing. Maybe say no on the piranhas, and maybe even anticipate, since we've got decent stuff going on at 2 now and 1 otherwise. Convolute could maybe go to the board, but now we're getting in tight here on what to cut. I think Convolute's got to go. And then that leaves us here. JWatt is interested in cutting Cutthroat. We do have Spectral Sailor, Unsummon as the, I guess, only things. And Blade Brand. 2 Blade Brands, and so there are 4 cards that could potentially pump the Cutthroat. That's not a lot, but do we want the Piranha instead? I do want some level of action at 2. Cut a Sprite. That reduces the action at 2 a little bit. You could cut a Blade Brand. Oh, like none. I mean, but I don't think we cut the Aerialist, though. We're playing this as a 2/3 for 3 flying. But I don't think we gain life. Oh, we have lifelink. Yeah, sorry. We do have the Lich helping us get some lifelink. So that's we have 2 possibilities to grow the Aerialist that I can tell. Yeah, we have to switch this, go 9/8 Fenlurker style. Anybody really dislike any of this? I don't think I can cut Pattern Matcher when we have 2 Liches. Turn 3 Lich, turn 4 Pattern Matcher, get second Lich. But we could, and that's also why, like, if we kept 2 sprites, that gives us more. We get 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's 5 searches for the Pattern Matcher. Yeah, I was eyeing the Frilled Serpent as well. We do have the Meteor Golem and Air Elemental and Soul Salvage, so I feel like we're going to be able to present game-winning threats by recurring them. All right, yeah, let's cut the Serpent. And if we want the Piranhas, we could maybe just, like, maybe over the Cutthroat. Yes. Let's... Where is the best place for this? I mean, we're not... I mean, I should be in deck building anyway, is the thing. There we go. We may be wrong to be leaving Piranha out over something like this, but Cutthroat can get to Piranha power pretty quickly with any of this stuff. I don't know. And then, what was the anticipate? I think let's start here. Yeah, let's start here, and then if we feel like we really need to bring in this against big early green or something, we can do that. All right, we are calling this... no. Double up. With 5 doubles, I like double. We'll just call this double up. Now we're going to go to the battlefield view. All right, Magic Gods, help us out. Help this poor, poor free-to-play account manage a draft tomorrow as well as today. Here we go. This is certainly a challenging core set for its play complexity. It's a higher end of play complexity. Ooh, nice. We'll keep this and start on the swamp. Hope for another. Pick up 1 swamp and we're just super happy with this. I know we could. Feels I don't know. I don't want to draft War. That's the other thing. I'm really digging M20 and really happy to say goodbye to War, frankly. Clean living.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Yeah, we're going to start on the Lich here so that we can drop Aerialist next turn and hopefully lifelink it immediately into a 3/4. We have Threat of Activation, though, so let's attack first. Ryan remembering to attack first. Did I dislike War? I was definitely tired of it. I was definitely done with it. It had a lot of fun to it. But it's kind of done with the complexity and the Planeswalker... I had Planeswalker Overload. I'm done with Planeswalker Overload, put it that way. And since we have the Unsummon, I'm going to ditch the Sprite and try and get Cutthroat pumped with the Unsummon. Well, red and black, you just always have to ask yourself, well, what if the opponent blocks? And in that case, there was just no way they were going to block and let us pay 3 mana to kill their Sprite for no value. So assessing the likelihood of a block from Oppo is step 1. And that's kind of the case here. I'm going to go... We're going to stick to the plan. And I'm just going to go Aerialist, attack with Lich, and then we have Unsummon if something goes terribly wrong. Oh, they might convolute. Oh, their hand lit up, so I thought they were going to convolute us. They got a lot of open mana. We'll see if it represents something that we need to worry about. All right, we'll see if they want to double block, and then we can blow them out with the unsummon. We don't get to raise the size of our cutthroat, but we get to eat theirs here. Let's see, if they had an instant... If they have an instant here, then the cutthroat can get big enough. Cutthroat's the one I want dead. Do you think we should send the sprite back or the cutthroat back here? Yeah, cutthroat still dies. But we might be able to do something to save. If it's the I guess if they have shock or the pump spell, our lich is dead no matter what, right? So let's go for the... This part doesn't matter, actually. Let's go for killing the cutthroat. That's pretty harsh for Oppo. We've got him in a really bad spot, although we're kind of out of gasoline and they've got a full hand, so it's not over yet. They're at 19, but we've had a great start here. Diamond Knight on red. They didn't show the pump spell last time, so no real reason to expect it here. We have a pump on the lurker and still a cutthroat, so we're going to go ahead and attack with everything. Yeah, I could have kept the land for the loot, but if we... I want 5 land, so if we draw a land, we're going to loot the land anyway, and if we don't draw a land, we'll figure out which of the spells we want to keep, and I'm still cool with developing our mana this turn. But I am... Let's see, with no blocks, I'm going to keep Prophet open as a possibility here. So pitch that land and do some looting, or some scrying. Paralysis is probably enough to just get us a win. I don't think we want the other sprite, though. Although it does attack on this board. They've got a sprite, though. Let's not get into sprite battles. I'm going to keep the paralysis and see what we can find that's a little better than sprite. Yes, that's true. But it's just going to be card choice, so... I mean, we're going to draw this and then loot. That's fine. And then if we find something better, we'll pitch the paralysis. But I like untapping with the paralysis, because if they go for a big defensive play here, we paralysis, and I don't see how they recover from that, really. If we get in with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, bringing him to 5. Yeah, we can loot away Cutthroat, which is not doing too much if draw a better spell. J-Watt says, yeah, that's true, but I don't like keeping a card to loot it. If we were going to loot it, let's look at the next card and see if we want to loot that instead. Then we get to loot twice, effectively. Let's see. Seer plus Diamond Knight can gang block the Lich or the Octoprophet, but we don't care about that. I kind of just want to attack here and not use the sleep paralysis on these small creatures and wait to save this, or even loot it away if it turns out we don't need it. Yeah, they might have a trick. They haven't shown one yet. They had many... it could be a 2... Is there a 2-mana red trick that's over a 1-mana... Like, because I was thinking about the +3/+2. Double Strike card is 3 mana, so I think we're good. I'm going to just swing in. And we have a pump, and they don't really have great blocks unless they want to 2-for-1 themselves for one of our for one of the ones on the end. Our turn here is to Fenlurker and then leave Cutthroat mana up for end of turn, depending on loot, of course. Oh, maybe they do have... Oh, with that block, I was thinking maybe they had the pump spell after all, or like they drew it or something. Maybe they do. We'll see. But we don't have anything else to do with this mana, so I'm definitely going to pump a Lurk. Alright, they were just making a choice to chump. And Thief, Cutthroat, or Paralysis. Very interesting. But with this board, I think we just want to come out with a Cutthroat at the end of their turn and have Paralysis for whatever they play. So sadly, we're going to ditch the Thief, even though we love this card, because we totally have a plan for what's going on here. And didn't even need to execute it because they're done for. All right, good start, good start. Keep it rolling and try to remember what my opponent was playing. They had sprites, and what was their other color? Again, I remember one color. It was blue, red. Yes, red. We were their Diamond Knight was on red. Blue, red. Okay. I'm old. Forgive me. I don't know what... We don't have a lot of, like, clean... there's a lot of very heavy impact sideboard cards. We really didn't get many of them, and I don't see anything here that I'm like, yeah, we got to bring that in. I think we're just running this back. What do we see that we want to bring a negate in for? Yeah, well, I'm going to say no negate for now. If they turn up... Oh, you know what? We forgot to... I want 9 swamps. We didn't adjust that. I said it was going to and then didn't. But the Fenlurkers make me want to lean swamp. Need us some black, but we did tweak it to be our 9, so we're going to keep this. No black yet. We have one more turn to get it on time to drop a Lich. We really want to go Lich into Lynx. That's the dream here. Black, black, black. Swamp, swamp, swamp. Here we go, swamp. Sad town. We'll pin that down, though. Let's do something here.
All right, everyone, chill.
No swamp yet, but this Octoprophet should help us find one. Let's go ahead and offer links for Seer. It's not the best trade, but we actually don't have a lot going on in the air right now, and if they want to make this trade, I'm cool with it. We have soul salvages as well that make that fine. All right, show us at least a swamp that we can scry to the top here. Okay. Do we want another Octoprophet? No, let's throw that on the bottom. Then if we draw Pattern Matcher and Octoprophet's still alive, we know we're not going to, like, draw the extra one. I'm not sure what their full mana base is, but like if you end up with a lot of these, then I'm more inclined to this. Also depends on your double color requirements. Like we're super double color heavy with the Fenlurkers and the Aerialist and the Air Elemental. So yeah, I would not play this in my deck. But if I had a lot of dual lands and not a lot of double costs, then I'd be down with it. Was a little worried about seeing a big boy like that, but we have good plays here. We still need more swamps. And don't get hasty, Ryan. Think about your attacks. Yeah, maybe we just send in. Trouble is, if we Blade Brand here, we're pretty unhappy. We really do want to play a Tomebound Lich. So let's do that. Aerialist is nice, but we don't have our second swamp yet. So sadly, we're going to send the Aerialist away and try to get it back maybe later with the Soul Salvage, but can't cast that, so I'm not going to keep it. Might consider an unsummon here, but I don't like it just for, one turn of defense and set them back mana, although it's a lot of mana. It basically blanks their whole turn. Interesting. They don't want to come in with the Elemental. Maybe they don't want to go into the Lich Octoprophet double block, which makes sense. It would just be a 1-for-1 at that point. So we'll just take this. Oh yeah, I don't even need to double block. I guess they just don't want to trade Lich for Elemental, which is a little weird, because I totally would. Well, speaking of Elementals, now we want to get the 7 mana and just golem that out of the sky. Alright, we're close. Would like another swamp. In fact, maybe... Lich... Well... Yeah, I'm thinking, do we want to send Lynx and look to Blade Brand at this point? That would be a little bit more interesting to me. It's telegraphed. I only want to send one because they have 2 good blocks. But yeah, we could send both of these and offer up the Lich and then play another one if we want to. This is fine though. If we send both of these, we're at 16. If we send all 3 reset press, they have Air Elemental on Lynx, and Fire Elemental on Octoprophet, and that is too much of a drawback for me. I'm going to do it this way. All right. And they're tapped out, so this seems great for us. Not a mountain, or sorry, not a swamp, but we do have Sailor for their end step. Yeah, I'm not sure why they were so worried about their life total. Peacemaker feels like we telegraphed that pretty clearly. But GRS is absolutely right. That's why you attack. Give your oppo a chance to make some mistakes. Could play the Sailor and block, but we're not going to do that now. We got plans for that Sailor. Another Blade Brand. Really, we want to get to mana number 7. We'll get there eventually. Let's see. Do we want to attack? Kind of want to keep the Blade Brand back here. I'm going to attack with the Sailor. Five, 6. If we spend 4, we still have Blade Brand. If we find another mana, we have Unsummon and Blade Brand. So I am going to go ahead and draw now and look for a land. Hey, we found it. All right, looking good, looking good. Could even Lich here if we wanted. But I like Blade Brand and Unsummon up. Let's pass. That's nice for them to refill, but hopefully it's a little slow. Want to turn a corner here, though. We're gonna... Ooh, let's see. They're gonna come after the Sailor. And we can decide... I think we probably just have to let the Sailor go here and be happy that we drew a card off it. We could unsummon, though. Let's go to... Stop at combat? Stop before combat. No, I don't want to let him re-equip to a different creature with the 1, so I want to get to beginning of combat, and then we'll unsummon. So now, pass to attackers. If I do that, they get to attack. So this is where we do it. Okay, just making sure. Unsummon Golem seems better. It depends on how much we want the Sailor. It's a reasonable... No, the bow does the damage, so removing the creature... The bow would still do it. I'm gonna let... we're gonna take an extra thing here. It's really about whether or not we want to... Because the Sailor's gonna die eventually. They're gonna Heart Piercer Bow something and get the Sailor. The question is whether we even need to do that. Like... that's a good, interesting. Unsummon, kill the bow with the Brawler, and then we just draw. Alright, well, I think I will do the Unsummon. I think it buys us, it really sets them back a lot, and it keeps our Sailor alive. I don't know if we want to Golem the bow. All right, they're really intent on getting rid of that, so I guess that's our answer. We don't Golem the bow. We focus our efforts elsewhere. They got him. How about Link's Lich and save the Golem? Hopefully we find a land on top that we mill away. Maybe just attack and Blade Brand it, though, if they want to do that. Let's actually offer the Octoprophet for the Knight if they want it. I'd actually do that instead. That'd be fine. They seem to be willing to make blocks into our telegraphed plays. This time they're saying no thanks. Yeah, we'll Lich first and do our looting, but it might change our Link's play, so let's see. And maybe it changes our Link's play. How about that? But actually, maybe it doesn't change our Lich play, our Link's play. We don't have another Lynx to get, and we don't have another Lich to get. We do have another Octo to get, though. Since they're not showing a willingness to block in the face of the Blade Brand, and they, yeah, they're not a calling station anymore. Good way to put it, Sunset. So let's ditch the Blade Brand and go ahead and just work card advantage this way. Two Meteor Golems and a Pattern Matcher. I'd be down with that. It was starting to look like Meteor Golem was going to take out the Diamond Knight as the biggest creature, and technically a 6/6 after this is maybe better than a 6/5 Menace. But also we could make an argument for... I gotta not instinctively play my lands. We do have a Lich here. I like Frost Lynxing and attacking and then seeing what we want to do. We're gonna Lynx... We should Lynx the Predator. Oh yeah, that's reasonable. We do have Fenlurkers to draw. Good call. My paid account is Godot. Alright, we have 0 things here. I gotta do this. We'll do this. And we've thrown away the one Blade Brand. They've managed to not block, but I think they would probably block here. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack with the 1. It's a little... Now we're telegraphing that we don't have it since we've been attacking with Blade Brand strength up. But that's pretty cool. We'll ditch a land, play that in a bit, and start with another profit here. Land Sprite. What does Sprite get us? You can attack in this situation. Trades for the Seer. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Sprite. It's doing something. Well, if they got another red spell, it could be bad. So I'm gonna triple block the Diamond Knight. If they have +3/+2, we still manage to kill it. So we're gonna throw all hands on that deck. In fact, we could just go like this. They don't get an extra creature this way. I'm just gonna quadruple block. We'll put everything on it. Well, again, hopefully we at least still managed to take it out. But it turns out it did cost us more than I thought it would. However, we did take out the big boy, and we're going to take out the other big boy, and then we should be pretty stable-ish. And maybe attack with the Lich. Nah, I guess we'll stay back. Take one more from the Seer and get the Sprite out later. Do we want to attack, though? I'm not sure we want to attack. We might want to be back on D at this point. Depending on... Yeah, we're going to kill Predator here. But then I'm just trying to think if we want to be back on D against the Brawler. So, yeah, I'm not going to attack at all. We're just going to do this. And suddenly, are we dead? We're definitely glad we didn't block the attack with a Lich. We're going to block here and one of these. Sometimes math is for blockers. Sometimes you block the biggest stuff you can and see what happens. All right, we have Elemental and Sprite, and we can leave up Pump if that becomes necessary. No, we don't want that. Come on. Now, they can equip the bow, hit the Sprite, and make it so that we can't actually pump the Sprite, but even in that case, it can still block the Seer. And we're at 5, they're at 14. Do we attack with the Golem? Probably can't afford to do that. Even though they have block, block, take 2, go to 3. I think we got to play a little safer right now than that. So we'll say no attacks. And threaten to eat elementals with the Golem. All right, we need some action off the top, where that's going to be a pretty good attack for them next turn. Come on, deck, give us something. Funny time for that. We do get a pump out of it, though, and we can maybe use it to help take down the fire elemental. Sad Rat Burglar. I'm only going to give you Rat Burglar if we actually make someone exile. Yeah, they have just great synergy. The 3-1... This card has high synergy with the whole Elementals approach. So let's see, if they attack with Elemental, how do we want to block? Probably Meteor Golem, Fenlurker, and then they let us keep Fenlurker. Oh no, I guess Fenlurker would die too. Let's see what they do. No attacks at all, that's fine. Lets us untap and have Fenlurker mana if we don't draw well. 2 sprites, you say. Gosh, you start attacking with 1 practically, but no, we'll continue to be disciplined and make another one. Now we have 2 Fenlurker pumps, that's nice. But we are still kind of waiting it out here. Let's see, what do we want to draw? Air Elemental... Still in the deck. Soul Salvage. Let's just get Soul Salvage. I think Soul Salvage is our best draw. But we almost want our Golem to die before we use it. Now we have 3 Fenlurker activations, not irrelevant. But we're also still just trying to hold the line against this go wide here. Thank you, Magic. Thank you, Wizards, for throwing me on your stream. Appreciate that. Now those who wander to Magic's stream will find us. That's cool. Well, because I'm nervous about going down to 4 blockers, we're at 5 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we go to 4 blockers, they can just take it, and then a swing away with everything ensures 3 get through. And even if we let their 3 smallest, they pump this, and that's 4, and we go to 1. Like, I don't see how going to 1 is the way to win this game, Adrian. So, gonna say no attacks again. Too risky. And heck, then if they remove one of our leftover blockers, we just lose outright. At some point, we have to not lose by killing them before they kill us. I acknowledge that, but we can attack with 5 life. Okay. This is one of our Fenlurker pumps, but we still have 3 more of those, and another blocker, and potentially an attacker, although we're at 5, so using the thief is not assured. I just like getting more creatures out so that we are less vulnerable to go wide from Oppo. I don't think they want to 1-for-1 away their big creature, but Oppo has not made perfect attacks and blocks this match, so maybe they're missing optimal. But yeah, kind of agree with Funky. They don't have great attacks either. A lot of trades and a lot of 1-for-1 trades that we can create off of their larger creature. But anticipate with all that open mana is a little scary. They got the best card of their top 3. And I'm a little surprised they haven't equipped the bow. They're rolling over it now. It's like, might as well put it on something, right? There you go. We have Soul Salvage, but it's 5, 9. We played, if we had 11 land, 10, 9, 8, and then on 8, yeah, I'm going to keep playing land. It makes it obvious that we have nothing, but if we Soul Salvage, I'm going to want to have all that land. Yeah, there's the Soul Salvage both suggests playing and not playing the land. Yeah, I mean, maybe they saw 3 lands. That's possible that they just saw 3 lands on top and anticipated one of them. You never know. Ugh. Well, that might end things. Whichever one they target with that is going to trade for the Seer. And then we actually have to block the Aeronaut to not die. So we'll do that. Yeah, they had lethal, but they don't know that Meteor Golem was sick. Do we bring in Frilled now? We'll see. We haven't lost yet. Soul Salvage. Soul Salvage. Fine, we'll die on our only turn. On our terms. And find the Soul Salvage, probably. No, the honorable way to go out is stop wasting time. Fine, Oppo. Jesus. I just wanted to attack with my thief and lose. I might like Crab over Sea Serpent. Do we have anything else? I don't think we are bringing in Zephyr Charge or anything. Piranha over Cutthroat. What were they attacking with on the ground that we want Piranha over Cutthroat for? Just for the extra toughness so we can double block elementals? But yeah, we could bring in Zephyr Charge against all those flyers. But we have some we just didn't draw, you know, we have Soul Salvage, Air Elemental. Crab over Cutthroat, maybe. Yeah, nothing in the deck I want to cut. We can take the wand to try to get the ones. Is Piranha better than Crab? Well, I mean, they're different, right? Piranha has 6 toughness. That's a heck of a lot of toughness. Or sorry, Crab has 6 toughness, which is huge against 5-powered elementals. I'm going to go with this if time runs short, but I am considering this wand option. We did have a lot of flyers that suffer to that. No. All right, for science, I'm going to do this. Actually, I'm doing it to try to win. I think it's a reasonable play with all the 1 toughness we saw. Kill those. Instead of bringing in Zephyr Charge, bring in the thing that kills a bunch of their flyers. All right. We could wait on Sailor until we thought it was sure it's going to get us a card, but I'm not going to wait. Well, let's get some attacks in.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
No 2. Although we did cut some 2s, so it's not completely surprising. Looks like almost Oppo got the deck we were trying to make. As always, Audacious Thief says, kill me now or suffer. Looks like they're targeting it, so maybe they'll do the kill me now thing. Or maybe they're just looking at it and they can't do anything about it. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Interesting. I'm going to attack with the Sailor. They're just going to... let's see. Do we want to... We can attack with both, and if they choose to go for the Sailor, then we're committed to Blade Branding. Or to drawing a card. Don't get too hung up on Sailor as a card engine. It can also just be the thing you need to do to trade stuff. Let's see. They probably want the Thief for the Sprite, and I will offer that. We'll just take our card and move on. A 2 for 1 is 2 for 1 for 3 mana is just fine. Looks like they want to race. All right, let's try and race. Lich and a Sprite. I think we need to keep our Sprites this game. And we obviously love a Lich, so I don't want to do this. Yeah, we also do need to draw an island, though. Maybe we need to not keep the Sprite and use the Lich to try and find an island. Trouble is, they're showing 2 flyers, and Sprite is one of our way to take care of these 2. And we can get an island later and still be fine here. So I think we actually need to keep the Sprite. And in fact, maybe even put it on top. Yeah, we might pitch the crab. No, I think we need the sprite for flyer blockers. We'll do it this way, and we can do Lich, draw the sprite, pitch the Fortress Crab or the Blade Brand, and cast the sprite. I think I like that. You would bottom the Lich. Well, it's got lifelink. That helps with the race. Ah, that does not help with the race. Now I don't like our play, but I didn't know they had that. They were going to do that. A 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. We go to 8. And we're playing a Lich and getting a flyer blocker that can't yet trade. I think we have to go no blocks, but we keep the Sailor back and Blade Brand it next turn, actually. Alright, let's see if we can stabilize. Oppo getting hyper aggro. Hyper aggro. We are going to ditch the crab here and go for the Blade Brand play. Both of those are flying. We have a ground defender. It makes us go to 7, but it's worth the card. I'm going to do it. We're attacking. Yeah, we're holding Sailor for the Blade Brand play for sure. And just hope they can't kill it. There's an argument for Sprite to... no, they don't have to pump it. Never mind. Not an argument for Sprite. We're going to take out the Stormkin since it doesn't require... Yeah, I could have attacked first, but we had to play the Lich. We knew it was coming, so we attack first and we draw the Sprite. You know, like, I just think we had our plan already worked out. It was... The Lich wasn't going to change what we were doing here, I don't think. Maybe it could have given us a Sprite play or something, but then we don't have the mana to pump it anyway. Alright, we're blocking. Yeah, but then what do? Play the Sprite that we can't pump? Well, you know, 1/2 Sprite is not a plan against these flyers. All right, now we gotta hope they don't have an instant. This is high risk, high gain here. If they kill the Sailor here, we're stone dead. All right, that's hugely important. And we got our big boy. Maybe. Or maybe for how long is the question. I'm going to keep the Thief back right now. We could draw a card off it, but you can also double block the Elemental with the Prophet if we want to try and keep the Lich around. Pretty good sign, although that's nice. Now they have a double block on the Air Elemental. Seer's absurd. That is amazing. I was just thinking about Unsummon. The words hadn't escaped my mouth yet, but I was like, well, if we got Unsummon, we're in pretty good shape. Let's see. Let's add more blue. Then we'll hold off on lands for a little bit. And... send like so. Well, do we even want to do that? I'm acting like we have a lot of life or something. We could Lich attack. That's fair. Then if they try the double block there, yeah, I guess we're. Ah, man. Yeah, can send the Lich, but then the Fire Elemental has a nice attack into Prophet and Thief. But let's do some looting. Unsummon is a nice tool to have in our arsenal here, though. It's not a lot of life, but I'm going to take everything we can get at this point, too. Ditch a swamp. Definitely want to be adding to the board. Smuggler. Uh-oh. That's a clock. We have some unsummoned tools a little bit here, but that's a clock. We're gonna have to leave this sprite back to stop one of their flyers and then start attacking with the air elemental. It's now a race. Is it such a race that we need to, like, unsummon at the end of their turn, even? What if we unsummon the air element, or the fire elemental, so that we can swing away? Then we're 4, 5, maybe leave the sprite back? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's, maybe we can just untap. We have plenty of mana, so we can decide on unsummon after we untap. Interesting. That, I think, allows us to swing away. Yeah, they have to block. We can play this to get a counter on it. Unsummoning the fire elemental is a forced block. Does it cause us to lose? Because we swing with a thief, we go to 4. Then this brings us back to 5. They have to block here. This is gone, and then they have a 4 back at us. Well, our answer for Smuggler is to try and race them here, right? We're going to have this back, and maybe we draw something. Yeah, there's only certain number of things we can play around here, and we can't wait to lose to the Smuggler. Definitely, at least this. This is the question. Do we want to leave the sprite back to handle one of these in the air? We have this. I don't think we need to. Yeah, we're gonna force the block. Sprite forces the block. We are taking a risk, but we have to. We're gonna risk taking mode of this game. Fantastic draw. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Doing it right, I guess. Uh-oh, they're... Alright, alright, alright. Still think the Lynx is gonna save the day here. Did we play a land this turn? It's really important. I can't remember if I can pump this sprite or not. If we haven't played a land, I can pump the sprite and still play the Lynx. Somebody rewind the... Where's my game log? Actually, I have one, right? History... I'm actually looking at our game log. except it's taking forever. There we go. Okay, found it. Going optimal, draws, resolves, cast, targets. All right, haven't. I actually looked up our game log on MTGA Tracker, and we had not played a land. Probably have to pitch whatever we draw. Well, Lich is interesting, but the Lynx is more important, and so is the Elemental, so see a Lich. And we're going to pin down the Smuggler.
All right, everyone. Chill.
Did we get there? One-time dealer. Yeah! Nice game. That was a tight match. We kind of rolled in game one, and I thought it was going to be an easy match, but whew. Interesting that Sunset wanted to keep the Lich. I don't know why. The non-Lich cards were all the tools we needed to get there. All right. Good one. You know what? I don't have a beverage yet. I'm going to bask in the glow of having successfully gotten one of our 2 needed wins. We got 2 chances now to win one more match to get the gems back we need to play tomorrow on this account. So that's our big goal for today, and that's a good start for it. Let me take a short bio break, and then you all can debate Lich versus Air Elemental, and I will go get a beverage and a break. Be right back. No, we won. Actually, here, the one trouble with this camera position is when we get into this scene, you can't see the losses, but there we are. I brought a snack, but it's not for me. Rocket's been really camera shy, so I brought his some of his dog treats. And maybe I can lure him over to say hi today. Hey, Rocket, do you want a treat? Apparently not. Apparently sleep more important. All right, let's do this. Come on, gang. So that didn't work at all. I know he's on my bed, staring down at that treat on the floor, and Marak somehow not going to eat it. Hope his tummy's okay. You got it, red and black. We'll see you later. I know that cleaning feel. I got some cleaning to do after the stream today. My day is so busy today. Million things to do. All right, we're going to keep this, and we have an island to pitch to the Lich. We're going to lead on a swamp in case we find one of our fen lurkers. Hopefully our Lich hits a couple of times, because we're flooding a bit. Nice, we do get a turn 2 play, though. Oh, now he found it. Hey, you want another treat, buddy? Want a treat? Come here. Hey. I'm going to put it right here next to my feet. You got to come over here, buddy. You can get a treat. He ran up the stairs. Oh, wait, is it on our turn? Our turn, sorry. Oh, now he's tempted. Now, it's right there, Rocket. Come on, buddy, have a treat. Come here, it's a treat. Are you so scared of this desk that you won't come get a treat? That's amazing. All right, I'll pay attention. Well, that might, oh, as I say, it might mean they're looking for land. Oh, no, sorry, I'm just being slow. I thought they were main phasing another bag activation. I don't know if Bag of Hold... Is there a better colorless spell in the format? I don't know. I don't know, that's why I was asking. I think it's a great colorless spell, but I don't, like, know all of the artifacts super tight or anything. Meteor Golem is a good artifact to start with. Bag of Holding is nice and cheap, though. And the card advantage it produces in the long run. And, you know, granted, you've spent Meteor Golem mana on the end of it by the time you actually cash it in. But you did get to do that piecemeal, and it's such a huge value engine. Like, they're just going to get all these cards back eventually. That's crazy. Sadly, no great attack here unless we want to trade Lich for Barkhide, which is probably fine. I'll send it. They're debating the merits of this trade and maybe what we could have to make it go poorly. If we had Befuddle, that would be pretty amazing. We don't. But we're going to profit away any lands we see on top and try to Fen Lurker a little bit later when they've got fewer cards in hand. Wow, no need to send anything. We like both of those. We'll keep those. Well, if they ever cash it in, they're going to have a lot of cards. But if they're spending all their early turns throwing stuff in their bag, that's pretty good for us. But if they throw another blocker down, it's not. Okay. All right. I want to aggro them while they're bagging. We want to be something that rhymes with bagging and is aggressive. That was a nice play from them. Hopefully this air elemental is not stopped. Pacifism here would be great for... I'll take fragging. I like fragging. Well, we got to figure out a longer-term solution to that issue. But I do like links into Lurker here.
All right, everyone, chill.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Yeah, with them at 8, that may be enough. Man, is that 2 trolls? All the trolls over there. That's still 2 lurker activations. Yeah, we'll send everything. If they want to put the bark hide in front of the links, that's actually good for us. So we just swing out. I think at 21 we're safe from they're obviously go wide aggro here, so we got to keep that in mind. All right, that's pretty good because we can pump this once and still get the sprite down. Actually, wait, what am I doing? That doesn't. I guess I could leave 1 swamp and it doesn't matter, but we'll just do it all with swamps. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 isn't enough for an extra activation, so I guess I hold land for right now. If they don't... And right now we have lethal, but I'm expecting them to prevent that through playing something here with all this looting they're doing. Man. Yeah, that's some blocking. But we actually have good attacks. Air Elemental is lethal, so the Metropolis Sprite is a 2-turn clock. Alright, now we're gonna... Now maybe I should have... Yeah, I should have just played out the... I don't know, maybe I'm being results-oriented. Because getting this to be able to be a 4-4 is not insignificant. Alright, they got a lot of outs. Let's see, anything here? Nothing here stops the air plan. I guess if they get Feral Invocation, they could put it on the spider, but they need that's more mana than they can do. If they spend 4 next turn, they only have 2 mana, so I don't think they have any 2 mana spell in here that saves them. So they're looking at 2 draws to something to stop the Air Force plan we've got going here. Yeah, I don't know what that gets them. Like, it gets them land, but there's nothing else there you can cast. Maybe they just needed the land. Huh? There you go. They knew exactly what they were doing. That is a great play, Oppo. Bam. Darn it. Really thought we had it. Now I want another Frost Lynx. Lynx off the top, and we win. How about that? One-time dealer. How about Soul Salvage? Do we have a Lynx in the yard? Yeah, Soul Salvage Lynx for the win. Ready? Unsummon Soul Salvage Link. We have so many wins. Sleep Paralysis is a win. That's 4 outs. Meteor Golem's a win. 5 outs. Blade Brand at least lets us do something. All right. 5 outs. 5 outs to win right now. Here we go. Yeah! Sometimes it comes up Millhouse. Watch, it would have been hilarious if it auto-tapped all of my blue and... Whew, that was close. That spider is a problem. Oppo played that really well. Good game, Oppo. Anything we can do about that bag? Not in blue-black. I guess Meteor Golem. I know, but work with me, Ferengi. Yeah, I was looking at that counterspell. Might need it for like their big, or maybe even a negate. I think what we want to counter are their non-creatures. So maybe just a hard negate for their combat, for like the removal and the charge. Like, man, if we... Yeah, maybe we can bring in Piranha over Cutthroat in this matchup. But I think I like, I think I do like Negate in this. Yeah, negating charge is just a game-winning play. I mean, it's a very specific thing to be calling out, but it's the kind of thing I'm looking for here. Tough to know what to cut, though. I'm going to cut one sprite. Well, there's natural end, but we're not playing green. I think we have that. We've got the bag, we've got Rabid Bite, we've got charge that are known. Woof. Can we keep this? They're going first. We have more swamps than islands. Double Fen Lurker could really do some work here if we just find our other black. And we are one land of any kind away from at least making a 3/3. It's very awkward, but I'm going to keep. We're going to do it. Hey, clean living. Clean living. This game's so easy. Hardest part is me finding the rat burglar button.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Oops, sorry. I'm trying to see. I looked away while they... Okay, Thicket Crasher is what they ditched. They're going aggro? All right. I think I'm going to go Piranha here. It's funny, I took one of those sprites out, which makes Piranha not a match for the Pattern Matcher. But we have Fenlurker Bladebrand next turn, so I'm not too worried.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
I sure don't feel like I have a WotC rigged account. The exiled Inquisitor. Alright, see if we can keep Negate up. Well, there's there's an unsummon we can try and keep up, but nothing to match pattern-wise here, and can't get through that board with it anyway, so we're going to be patient. Yeah, I could unsummon and take their last card. I think unsummon's going to have more value to us as a combat trick, but let's consider that depending on how this turn plays out. I could negate that. Does it matter, though? Maybe I should just be negating while we can. Making the spider a 4/6 lets it cleanly block the air elemental. All right, I'm going to do it out of the fact that we can't, use your negates while you can. And we could do the Fenlurker play. What does that really do for us, though? We're just getting this last card because it's a sneaky thing to do. You like it? Well, even if it's a land, they have to exile it. It's certainly not the bag. We know that. All right, we'll do it. I'm in. Besides, we're going to get Octoprofit to fill up afterwards. And we need all the land, so we'll just do that. And Profit is a pattern match. Cool. Link C is fine. Maybe we'll even pattern match that instead. Keep that spider down. Well, now it's a little less good because they just have a bark hide to trade with. Yeah, I'm going to pattern match the Profit. We want to dig ourselves out of this. Just trying to grind a little advantage where we can and hope it's enough. That spider's a problem. We have no murderer. We have sleep paralysis. We have Meteor Golem. And now we have the mana for it. I guess let's see. We have no double. Doesn't matter. We'll do this. No. A little lag there. Confused me. Yeah, let's find a win con. Certainly not those. Great scry when you can do that. Argument for not even playing the links until it's supporting aggro. Because if we play the links now, what are we doing? Like, congrats, we've tapped a spider. Yeah, we're going to wait. Try to use this as a spell, not a creature. That's ugly. They're coming after our flyers. Four, 8. We do have loot. We have this weird decisions in this deck regarding holding lands. On the one hand, we have Soul Salvage that wants us to have a lot of land in play. We have Fenlurkers that want us to have a lot of land in play. We have Looting that wants us to keep lands to make use of liches when we find them. So it's tough. But I think with Fenlurker on the verge of 9 mana and 3 activations, I like playing the land to that point. We'll set ourselves up for 3 Fenlurker activations and then start holding lands. Yeah, 2 loots, if that. It'll just kind of do its ETB loot and sit there on this board. We got no attacks, though. Serpent is not in the deck, no. Although, good call. Maybe we do bring in... Like, we seem to be in go wide, hard to get through situation. Maybe in some games, the Serpent is going to be a better card for us than the Air Elemental against these anti-flying cards. I mean, we're still obviously going to play our Air Elemental, but it's worth noting. Yeah, Pattern Matcher is fun. I think the bots don't take it highly enough. All right, I'm gonna do what I said. Now we have 3 activations on Lurker, and now we'll stop dropping lands. The bots are generally designed with initially internal playtest numbers guiding their decisions, then followed by some adjustments based on Magic Online and Arena players. Okay, there's our Lich, and sure enough, I don't have the land to pitch to it, but we are going to play it and see what we're see what we're throwing. We could wait. I think we could wait till we have a land to for sure pitch to it. It's not doing anything. Yeah, all right, fine. We'll hold that too. Almost did it, but then like, yeah, what's the point? It's not doing a job we need. Okay. Now we'll do it. And we're going to wait on this Lich for the same reasoning. Ugh, that's going to make some big stuff. It's like we might have to figure out game 3 with the way this is going. Alright, well... Sailor draw 2 cards at the end of their turn seems fine. Just hope they don't draw charge. Yeah, we could draw 1 now. My feeling was to not expose it to what they might draw, but maybe we could have done it and drawn. I'm fine with just getting 2 right now.
Come sail away with me, lads.
Well, that was quite a sequence, huh? Now what? Now we just got all these big arse flying defenders, though. Yeah, I mean, we golem the giant, but it's like we're still not even there, you know? But that's certainly where it starts. Let's do this. The air elemental doesn't get through on this board anyway, though. The air elemental, the funny part of where we're at is that the air elemental doesn't really matter that much. But Bloodthirsty Aerialist attack with Lich, gain some life, make a 3/4, do it again, make a 4/5, starts to be interesting. Let's see, 9 mana, so we could spend 5. I'm gonna, let's see, if we attack with the Lich, what do? They don't have like a stupid easy block. It's risky. Definitely gonna do that. We don't have Unsummon. Here's our Unsummon. Yeah, Wolf and 1/1, which is not great, I suppose. Right, we gotta figure out how to beat the eventual Inspired charge. Alright, if we no attack, then I am gonna put the Air Elemental out this turn at least. I didn't see they got the bag down. I must have been distracted with memes or something. Yeah, Netcaster Spider is still annoying, but maybe worth it. We'll see. Let's see what the scene looks like. Oh my god. Alright. That just made it almost impossible. We have to, well, we gotta just go super wide and hope that their, charge is the last card in their deck. I mean, we're just in trouble. We have 13 to their 16. Alright, well, I'm gonna Lich and get rid of that land, for starters. Alright, that could help. We don't have anything in there yet. But if we now swing to try and get some things to die, that would be good. So let's go... Golem and Lich. Is there anything else we'd be cool with dying and getting back? Not really. We do have that mill creature in our... we have 2 of them in our board. We could try and switch to a mill strategy, but that seems a little... loose. Send Air Elemental. Why, just to soul salvage it back? I guess that makes some sense. Takes out... like, all we want to do is get rid of some flyer blockers. So to that end, we could wait and try and get an Air Elemental back. Well, we don't have to do that yet. Then we can just wait. We can draw a card off Sailor and do it. Send Air Elemental next turn. Yeah, we're at somewhat risk of the charge, but we're just always at risk of the charge here. And here's the situation we're in. So let's wait. All 3. This was summoning sick. Spider stops what dead? The Air Elemental? That's the point. That we use the Air Elemental as removal on one of the flyer blockers. If they Mammoth Spider it, oh well. Oh, yeah, sure. Well, that's what we're saying. looking back, I like that line, but we don't have that line here. We do have a line on... Uh-oh, gosh, what are they going to match? There's not a single thing out here that I'm excited about them matching except the Pegasus. Woo! All right. Yeah, I hear you. I just misunderstood. We're there. If they get another spider, we're just like so dead. Okay, just... Oh yeah, we know that they had the second Barkhide. That's funny. They can't even cast it. Pattern Matcher auto-tapped you. Yeah, we can lynx the spider and then they have to block with one of their other ones. Oh, interesting. I don't know if we're going to do that. We're going to win this game. Let's just win this one. No, I think we cut the Blade Brand for the whatever I brought in. Is this the turn to do it? Yeah, all right. I'm going to do it. Not 100% this is the right timing, but I think we go like this. No, I'm going to go... Yeah, we could just keep the spider locked and send in these two flyers and then recover the flyers. Right? But the also thing, if we Frost Links now the other one, they're going to eat one of these and let the other live, and then we just get the other one back. I'm going to do it now. I got the rope going. I got to make decisions. Do this. And you can even send in the sprite and be like, you want to grow the aerialist? Yeah, but I think they might trade for the aerialist, but that's okay. Then it leaves our air elemental, right? Do you just not want to send the aerialist now? The trouble is 4/5 doesn't get through the mammoth spider either. So I'm going to offer it. No, but if we go to 3, we're definitely bringing in the serpent. Yeah, maybe I should have saved the Lich for if they take out the aerialist. But, I don't know. Tough line here. Complicated board. Went with what seemed right. We'll see how they handle it. Somewhat of an argument for also like attacking with the Lynxes next turn and soul salvaging them back. Because of the bag and the charge and the fact that we are at 9 to their 13. So, yeah, we've seen the charge. No, we're not guessing. We've seen it. So, yeah, we're going to have to golem the spider and get back another flyer. We can't count on them actually blocking the lynxes, and I think we just need to move on this now. And we probably need to take the aerialist. And yeah, I shouldn't have attacked the Lich. If I could go back, I would keep the Lich back. I like the idea of getting this to larger. But I do think we need to just get Flyer and Golem. And we can wait on the swamp and do both of these next turn with our current hand. Let's see what happens. Woof. That is the last thing we wanted to see to try and break through. And we're running low on things that actually help us here. One measly sailor can get through in the air right now. Let's see. Fenlurker threatens to trade with the champ and eat the other stuff. We're at 8 to 11. We need to find an aggressive way to the finish line here. So maybe it's just like we need to Meteor Golem and all-out attack this turn somehow. Take out the, not even worry about the spiders per se, but take out the 4/4 and send with everything. I think we need to do that. Yeah, but how are we winning this? Like, they're going to untap with these flyer defenders. We have 8 cards in library. We have one more hourglass, so we can talk this over a little bit. But I think that's my plan. I think if we do anything else, we're waiting to lose. We're gonna deck. We're gonna deck before them. I'm gonna give them credit for seeing that 11 is more than 8 and stopping using the bag. Yeah, we got to do it now while the creatures are tapped. I am not going to make my decisions. Plan A is not Oppo fails to notice something. That should never be your plan A. That's your desperation. Like, oh man, all right, we have to just do it because, and hope they don't notice. Yeah, maybe I could have held the lurker back. But this helps them not win with charge, at least. And we can also play the aerialist because the lurker is going to die even off of a pump. Aerialist might get through because we have sleep paralysis and unsummon left in the deck, which are also blade brand. It says 2 blade brand. I think we took 1 out. Okay, there you go. Ordered up just like we wanted. Guess this goes on the spider, and then we attack with all the 3-powered stuff. And also draw a card first. Maybe we find an unsummon and can really do some work here. Oh, paid too much. That's all right. We have a place to spend that. Interesting. I still like our line. I'm going to go sleep paralysis on the mammoth spider and attack. Might even give him the sailor or the aerialist here. If we attack sailor aerialist, we get in 1 or 2 extra points of damage. But maybe that's aggressive and I should wait till there's an elemental on the scene. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the plan of the 3s. And we'll work the flyer angle when it's a little safer. Ugh, we're trying so hard. Just need Oppo to just have a few blanks. Oh my god. I mean, they're bagging, so of course they're going to have high card quality. This is not a big surprise. We're just playing out lands now. We've got to have all of our tools. We don't have any more looting or anything. So, all right, we need to unsummon off the top. That would be amazing. Although it gets hexproof, so unsummon doesn't help with the troll, but it would help with the spider. Draw until we find the unsummon? Yeah. They're at 7. We have 2 card draws. We have 3 draws to find an unsummon in 6 cards. What are they doing with this? Another troll? Blade Brand is fascinating. So we have, we can try for an alpha. We can try to dig. I guess we dig at least once with Sailor, right? No matter what, we're going to draw 1 card from Sailor here. So let's start there. And maybe that changes our plan. Yeah, I think we're heading towards trying to alpha next turn. But we could just still do a Blade Brand. We can go Boreal, Blade Brand on this turn. No, I think we're going to go... Actually, I almost want to attack with the Golem and Blade Brand one of the ground creatures. Sailor for Spider is reasonable. Oh yeah, sorry, you're correct. I'm sitting here trying to. I'm being lied to by my MTG tracker, unfortunately. So that's. Thank you so much. We don't have unsummon. I'm not crazy. I'm just looking at a tool here that's not telling me the truth. So given that, yeah, I think we need to attack with a 3/3. Yeah, maybe even the Sailor. Maybe even just send a bunch of stuff, but no, I only want to send the 3/3s here because the 5/5 is such a good block from the Barkhide Troll. No, we're actually trying to win here. Get rid of one flyer blocker, hopefully. We're just trying to get wide enough, and I think that really helps. Now I'm not sure what we have left. Oh. Well, I want to look. Okay, 2 islands. We have to win with what we have. Can we do it? We get in for at least 3. It's all we got, right? So it's what we do. All we got is sending the flyers and hoping it's enough. Come on! We need our gems! Give us our gems! Okay, okay. Did we? 1 island left in the deck? Come on! Come on! Yes! Oh my god! That was crazy! All you planning for our sideboarding for game 3. No. No confidence. All right. Thank you all for the bits for that celebratory win. Man. That was quite the match. All right. I'm going to have a sip. I don't even need to go take a break. Maybe I'll have one of Rocket's dog treats. Are they any good? No, I don't. Why does he like these? Yeah. Yeah. Glad you like them, buddy. All right, right back in. You gotta eat the dog food, make sure it's good. It's I would never eat like wet dog food. But I mean whatever. It's just nutrition in a cracker. It was bad. It wasn't good, but I'll never eat one of those again, but I was curious. And it seemed funny. Hey, there's the doggy. Hey, Rocket, your treats suck. What do you think? Nice curve out here. How do we beat 7 reach creatures with flyers? I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like pace. It's good.
Come sail away
Because wet dog food seems actively gross and smells a lot worse. That was just like a cracker, right? I mean, I was willing to eat something cracker-like for a joke, but I will not take a spoonful of the wet stuff. You can do that. Tell me how it goes. I'm not going to offer the Sailor, but the Sprite. Do we want the Sprite offered? Sure. They don't want it anyway. I'd like to draw a swamp and pitch an island here. I will pitch an island. Dog food or dog meat? I've wrestled with the lack of logic surrounding what meat is gross and what meat isn't gross to meat eaters. I guess we got the soul salvage now. We'll send in the Lich. And the Sprite again. No Sailor, though. And in this spot, I think we're just going to pick up a card from our Sailor. And a little early to be... We could build the board with a Lich, I suppose. But now that I've played the land, maybe we just do the Sailor this turn. Maybe that was bad. Because now I'm gonna, if I play the Lich, we're gonna draw a swamp, and I'm gonna be sad. Yeah, that's right. The distinction between any kinds of meats is, I guess, with the draw over loot. Yeah, we'll save and draw with the Sailor. That's fine. Or like, you're talking about why is dog gross and cow not, or whatever. Why is cow muscle not gross and cow eyeball gross, or whatever. I mean, it's different flesh or whatever, but it's weird how we distinguish what is gross to eat and what isn't. Oppo getting cards faster than we are here. They're just motoring through. Alright, let's draw a card here. Pattern Matcher could get us a Sprite. It cannot get us a Lich, because the other one's already dead. If we could find ourselves a swamp, we could eventually Fenlurker and find another Fenlurker. Maybe Lich is the play here, looking for swamp action first. I'm gonna do this. Swamp. Not a swamp. Maybe that means we just ditch the Fenlurker at this point. Play the Elemental. Sorry, I got a distraction text there. Bladebrand or Lurker. Bladebrand's not looking too impressive here. You're gonna ditch the island? That is pretty greedy. Ditch the Bladebrand. You ditch the pattern matcher and get it back with soul salvage. I mean, I could have... That was somewhat of the argument for ditching the Fenlurker. But then if we get Swamp, I want to go Fenlurker into Matcher getting Fenlurker. Swamp off the top, that's kind of the play. The Prophet. Swamp us, please. One top, one bottom. Swamp! Alright, called for it and got it. We're gonna Fenlurker into Pattern Matcher over the Elemental here, I think, and get their hand while we can. Hey, Fiddles. Glad you could make it. Everybody's enjoying your meme. Have you seen your meme live yet, Fiddles? I don't think you've been around here, have you? What'd they ditch? Well, we do have a Sailor in play. So this is for Fiddles.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
I'm gonna stay back now with the Lich. I guess we could have attacked. Maybe I'll attack next turn. Bye, Sailor. We sailed away with you, and it was wonderful. Oh, they're going for the Lurker first. Which one? Yeah, go for the Sailor. You let me untap with the Sailor with the mask in play. I get to draw. Mask is 2 to equip. Okay. Get their last card here, and still have an Elemental.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
What do we get? An Unsummon. We'll send in these two. I guess the Elemental says that's dumb to send in that, but I am going to start sending in the Lich. We have a Soul Salvage. I'm happy to trade for any of the 3-4 or the 3-3 here. Getting rid of the Octoprophet sets up potentially Fenlurkers being a pretty threatening attack. We're on 7 right now. We get to 9, and then they threaten to be 4-4s. The mask is a bit of a concern, but right now they have to use real creatures to turn it into removal, so... Yeah, I mean, they want to trade the Sprite for one of our Lurkers. That's cool. I guess they see theirs as being pretty useless in the face of our Elemental. We have an even bigger Elemental coming, though. Maybe we will... we could off... Nah, I was going to say we could offer that for that. Fenlurker has 3 activations, can't make it through there. Basically, nothing can make it through here except the Air Elemental. So I guess we'll play that and try to... try for this to be big enough. Oh, you don't have... Oh, come on! You have Bone to Ash? You drew Bone to Ash? on our air elemental. I'm glad we have soul salvage, but I can't even believe they had the bone to ash there. That was a nice rip for Oppo. I mean, they were literally out of cards, so they just drew that. It's all right. Let's see. We're gonna get back air elemental and I guess a lich. I would like a sailor, except they're just gonna kill it again with mask. This is gonna give him a couple of good attacks, but it shouldn't kill us. We should be able to salvage air elemental next turn if we draw a land. If they want the other lurker too, that's fine. Itching to do it. Well, reset press to make the argument for the sea creatures only crowd. It's hunting sea creatures for food is pretty much, I mean, it's nature in action. You know, it's hunters hunting. Land animals just tend to be abused and factory farming. You're more likely to get moral meat from the ocean than from the land, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, and also ethically, it's less torturous in sea creatures, but complicated stuff. All right, we did find a land, so we can soul salvage, and but we're gonna attack first. Can't pump because we need all of our mana. Cute is weirdly subjective. I had a friend once who used a printer function to basically, instead of printing a single 8.5 by 11 page, split it up to fit 4 pages on 8.5 by 11, and she looked at it and said, like, "Oh, cute." It's like small is cute, you know. It's weird how we're wired. I was talking with my kids this morning about, or maybe it was last night, we were driving back from Bellingham, about where the line is. What makes a creature sentient, intelligent? Is Rocket intelligent? Is Rocket an intelligent being? Is a goldfish an intelligent being? Is like, where's that line? That's another philosophically interesting question to me. I'm gonna lich first. Looks like they'd be willing to trade the elemental for the elemental, but we'd be willing to do that, right? Because then this elemental wins the day. So yeah, we're gonna offer trades. Hope they stick. All right, now we'd love to find like an unsummon near the top. That would be game ending. Or something like that. Paralysis. Frost Lynx does that job pretty well. Do we want the Cutthroat as well? I guess it's just help to go wide, but I think if the Frost Lynx Gambit fails, Cutthroat isn't going to be what we want. I'm going to pitch that. Okay, 1 to the good in match 3. We got there. Red, blue. We are only in blue, black, so let's only look at that stuff. I guess we have artifacts too, though. Is this useful against them? They showed the Seers. Any other 1 toughness that this would mow down that we witnessed? Yeah, sorry, did I not update record? Let me do that. I was so happy to get to the 2-0, I forgot to type it in. Sea Serpent continues to feel like it would be good in some of these stalls that are appearing. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to take out. I've been taking out like a Cutthroat or a Sprite. Maybe a Blade Brand. We'll take out 1 Blade Brand, I think. I like this card, especially given our low removal, but I'm just looking for something to cut. Oh, I keep forgetting to do this. If you remember after this match, let's try and get this correct in the saved deck. Keep switching this in sideboard. Yeah, I don't know about plants feeling pain, but I certainly feel like plants probably know... They have to feel something, right? They feel the sun and move to it. Like, I don't know what feel means to them, though. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like plants sense in some way. They have some sort of sensory input to react to the stimulus around in the way they grow and stuff, but... All right. Sailor or not? I think with the Brineborn, I kind of want to go save these, save Sailor this time, and look to pump Brineborn. And given that, I will actually do this in case we want to start with Fenlurker. Do they have one? Anticipate. Hey, Deez? Or are you saying hello to somebody else? This is my end of turn. Okay, sorry. I would agree with math on that. There's not really a way for us to understand plant suffering and whether it exists. But it seems like all organic living beings need to be able to sense and react to the world. Let's go Island, Metropolis Sprite. And we'll hold because even 1 pump doesn't make the Cutthroat big. And not that we can do it now anyway. That's fine. Alright, Sailor, and we can just draw a card if we want, but then we lose the unsummon play. I think I'm okay with losing the unsummoned play, but we can draw the card later, and we can send in the Sprite now, offer that. I watched Good Omens with my children. We had a good time. Actually, just with Clara. We enjoyed it a lot. Trying to get Clara to read Sandman. That was a defining entertainment experience in my youth, reading the Sandman after being all about superheroes, you know, just suddenly seeing what comics could be, this beyond superheroes. Sandman kind of showed that to me. Mama, when you come to Detroit, you let me know, or when you come to Seattle, let me know, and I'll let you know if I'm ever in Detroit. You got it? We'll hang out. You haven't been to Seattle since '93? I'm trying to think if I've ever been to Detroit. My mom is from Michigan, but she doesn't have, but not from Detroit. I think I've been to Michigan, but not Detroit. I think we can still wait on the Cutthroat, but let's just drop the Air Elemental here, see what they've got. They can start doing some shenanigans with Cloudkin Seer and Bounce or whatever, but hopefully we just pressure them from here. Almost I want to, like, maybe we do offer the Cutthroat for the Piranhas, but except there's nothing else in the ground, so it doesn't really matter to offer that now. Suburb Mama does not sound as cool as Motor City Mama. You are correct. We'll give you the Detroit suburbs. You're legit. Alright, so yeah, they have an engine going, but it's a costly one, and we're just hoping to overrule it, and hopefully Unsummon does that here. I'm going to send an air Elemental and Sprite and assume that they might want to double block here, in which case we get to unsummon our way to bounce for one. You know, we'll kill one, bounce the other. Instead, they're looking to do that trade. I'm cool with that. Five mana. We can go Octoprophet, Unsummon, or Bloodthirsty Aerialist, Unsummon. Aerialist attacks through this Cloudkin Seer. Prophet just trades for the Piranhas, and we can... So I'm going to actually Aerialist here as the better attacker. And maybe we'll see about unsummoning something at the end of their turn to both put a counter on the Cutthroat. Maybe unsummon the Piranhas and create a 4/3 that can attack along with the 4/4 and the 2/3. And yeah, they're getting decent cards out of this, but it's 4 mana, draw a card, and we have that too. We're just developing our board instead. But if they do nothing here, I am going to bounce the Piranhas, I think. On this board, with nothing else changed, bounce Piranha seems good. At 15, yeah. I think this sets up a really nice attack. I'm going to do it. Profit. We're gonna play land, play profit, and then we get to start massively drawing with Sailor next turn unless they kill it. Let's try and kill them and make it moot, though. Might be going to look, well, to say they're going to look for an unsummon, but maybe they have the pump spell. That would at least be a trade, and we'd still have some big beefs around. Alright. Action on top. They got a lot in hand, but I don't think Fenlurker's quite where it's at. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think we want Fenlurker either. Oh, sorry, that's the account is wrong. That was from yesterday. I only updated 2 pieces. We are on free-to-play. Let me update that. My bad. Especially since we were all so excited that our free-to-play got enough gems back that we can play tomorrow. Boreal Elemental is a decent flyer. Now I wish I had that unsummoned back. We are going to start ripping cards like nobody's business here. In fact, actually, I'm going to Lich first and pitch this land and then just draw 1 off the Sailor. Nice. Actually changed my mind. Let's Lynx it and try and win this thing. We go Lynx on the Elemental and we can just kind of crash in. And if they have to, yeah, we just win. We got there! While chat figures out what we should be eating, I will be clicking my heels at getting our gems back. So great. Because now if we just get gems tomorrow, we get another rebuy. So, man, we're just hanging on here. Yeah, also, guys, know when you have major cases and need to let it go and just think about it. Try and give it a pause and actually think about what the other person said and assess your dogma. All right, it's noon, but we're going to keep going. 3-0. Looking for... And this is profit because we actually did grind. We ground 40 gems. Awesome. Links into Pattern Matcher. Audacious. Thief into Links into Pattern Matcher is a game-winning sequence if they don't disrupt any of that. Ranked M20 is this Friday. And yeah, I feel like I barely have to say it to my awesome chat. Just keep it civil. Just be respectful of each other. Engage in an intellectual debate without getting salty or resentful. It's tough to live a moral life. If the good place has taught us anything, it's that there is no morality in capitalism. All right, they got a Lich. That's nice, but we're going to Lynx it down and at least get one through here. It's a decent draw, especially with another land. Oh, wow. Nice. I didn't even see what they discarded, but that was a cool combo from Oppo. Now I like draw a card. The Thief is not long for this world at this point. I would maybe try to save it. Like, if we could pattern match into Lynx and get it through again safely, then that might be a plan. But that's not realistic. And actually, I am going to send the Lynx, though. Tomebound is something we can pattern match as well, is what I'm thinking. It's somewhat of a 0 for 1 to give it up to a 2-2, but we're also going to draw. I think we want to keep the board clear. It's probably going to be hard if they're doing the servant thing intensely. We could be facing 3 creatures after the next turn, you know? Did find a swamp, that's nice. How about... Tomebound and Fenlurker. I like Tomebound because then Aerialist next turn gets a counter. We'll ditch this swamp.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
All right, if they play another Undead Servant, we might be have quite an uphill battle. But that's not bad. We have sleep paralysis for that dude. Oh, so much for our matching of that particular pattern. Now we're out of patterns to match. At least in this hand. But I think we just want to paralyze... Maybe we don't want to paralyze yet. What about... Tomebound Fenlurker again? Yeah. I'm down with repeating last turn's play. Swamp becomes more useful to us. I can't quite ditch the pattern matcher, but it's frustrating that we're out of matches right now. I guess we can ditch the swamp again. Are we going to be greedy? If we keep it, we have 6 for next turn, which gets us like paralysis. We're going to play this next turn, which leaves us this anyway. Yeah, I'm going to be greedy. Yeah, I'm doing that because next turn we still have this and this.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
We're going to Aerialist next turn and then get 2 potential triggers from the Liches on it. I don't want to swing with the Lich yet because they will trade theirs for ours, and I want to get extra counters on the Aerialist. Now maybe they will, to get extra life gain, swing with their Lich. We just probably let it connect. I think us getting to crack back with 2 is fine. Yeah, so they're going pretty aggro. We're going to let this happen. Crack back the other way. Try to make an Aerialist that can immediately eat the air elemental.
Some say I never heard of ya.
Thank you for
a
this
rap
sub, Scott.
burglar.
Can't seem to find another island to save our life, but we're going to go with the plan. of Aerialist and Cutthroat. Oh, if I played a swamp, we could have technically attacked with the lurkers, so don't love that. But they're not bad on D, I suppose. No, they're bad on D, actually. So yeah, I really wish I'd played the swamp to threaten the lurker. No. Oh, it should view each one. Yeah. Well, fine. More swamp discarding. And this is tough. Gotta keep that island for the air elemental. But I love everything else here. I guess the pattern matcher can go, but or we could be super greed and just try to find another island. Yeah, all right. Bye, matcher. We'll soul salvage you later. Well, that's a bummer. I still like where we're at, though. In this case, I'm going to do something. We're going to trade Fenlurker and Cutthroat for a Lich, though, and get that done with. And then we get to sleep their elemental and play one of our own. Yeah, only one dies. That's nice. I forgot that. Whenever I double block a Death Toucher, I just assume they're all going down. So that was only 1-for-1. Excellent. Even better. Now let's draw a land, because we're going to get in with 2 Liches and we need stuff to ditch. I'm going to drop... We're at 11. That feels pretty safe. I'm going to drop our air elemental now and try to paralysis them next turn. And we get, if we draw a land, we get paralysis links. We can do both of those. Uh-oh. It's murder. Murder's so foul. Well, actually, let's go, yeah, let's swing. We kind of need 7 mana here, so let's look for that. With 7 mana, we can lock down both of their creatures. So I kind of want to ditch the Prophet, maybe? We'll see. Let's see what we find. So there's our 7th mana. Do we want to do it? We can ditch Prophet and go Link's Paralysis. And that puts him in a pretty tough spot, although we're not, like, crushing him on power. So maybe the actual play is... ditch the island, play Prophet, links this turn, links the elemental, and play the Prophet so we actually have some power. Yeah, I think we need to get power. I'm actually going to go Octo. Oh, we can't do... except then we have to get rid of... this is awkward. All right, never mind. We're doing it this way. We really just need to... We're at 7. I want to pin this down. And the lurkers are good damage, you're right. So let's just do this. And the Lynx is actually power as well. It's only one less than the Octo. Alright, they thought that was enough. Cool. That's true. The Liches were also plunking us upward. Whoa. Whoa! Alright. I guess Oppo had to go. That probably explains that. It seemed like it was a little early for them to quit on that game, but maybe they're like, I can get this done. I don't know. Hey, look what we got. All right, gang, we're at 4-0. Wow. Unexpected. I am totally trashing my schedule for the afternoon, but we are going to finish this event. But I think I need... Give me a... I'm going to find a music break and make a little food. Use the restroom. Give me like 5-10 minutes here. And then we will finish this one out. All right. Let's get 5. Well, we're 4-0 so far, so it's working out. Draft is pretty good. We had to figure out... We were pretty solidly blue, but for a lot of the draft, we were leaning red-black. And then finally got some... Actually, I think it was our first tone-bound Lich that convinced us we were, in fact, blue-black. I got a mulligan this, though. Oh, I forgot also to switch our lands, but we got lucky here on this. We'll take this. Excuse me. Itchy eye. All right, we're going to keep this, and we're going to ditch what? Ugh, I guess we have to ditch the Blade Brand. Yeah, I like the Blade Brand Brinehorn possibilities, but this has got to go. We could Cutthroat block. I'm not sure. Let's see, they're white-black. They might be white-black, like kind of life gain value. I'm going to play... the Brineborn, try to trade, and then we'll get a card later. Born in the brine, born to die. Huh. Okay, it's exile itself, so they've got onboard removal that we're going to have to ultimately play something into. It's unlikely, but possible they just go... I don't know. They can't really knock themselves out of cards. Excuse me. I think I will actually play the Sprite here. It blocks, and if they want to put use the Executioner on that, that's great for us. And hopefully we can get to a place where we kind of snag something real good at the end of their hand. Huh, stuck on land. It doesn't require a tap to do the execution. But I also am not, like, super interested in tapping down, like, the Blood Burglar. I think we'll go with the Aerialist here. If they draw a land and want to snap it off with the Executioner, that's fine. And then we have Fenlurker Frostlinks next turn. The fact that they're on 3 makes me think maybe I should be attacking. So, in fact, I will. I should have done it before casting creatures, as usual. Much scarier to attack with nothing back. Or nothing spent, rather, not nothing back. Now I kind of like Sailor draw a card. You like Sailor draw a card or this play? We can do this play and then Sailor draw a card. Just the Frost Lynx isn't getting much yet. And maybe the Fenlurker gets something better. Alright, we'll do... Oh no! How could you... I trusted it. I just trusted it. I'm sorry. At least we get Sailor. It's not the end of the world, but that's frustrating. I've been pretty good about letting auto tap not get me, and I thought since we had the lurker, it would do the right thing. I forgot that we had the sprite that it was considering as well, and the sailor really. Could be a lot worse. We have a nice play here. Yeah, you get some romance there, buddy. Yeah, land would be good here. All right, not fully punished, so that's good. And let's get something from him. Oh, sorry, here's your meme as well.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
Little distracted here. Well, I'm not blocking with the sprite or the sailor, so I'm going to send those at least. All right, so we can double block and pump and 1-for-1 the Necromancer, then still have something left to trade with one of the other two. We will not be able to draw a card with the Sailor under that line, but I think I like that line. We got to take an opportunity to try and 1-for-1 here on the Necromancer and then use whatever's left over to get something else next turn. Yikes. A lot of big boys. We got some troubles. That's generally not going to help. Let's see, we got no double blue that we can cast after a card draw, but we do have double black after a card draw, so we'll keep that in mind. And we have the swamp in hand to drop and play in the case of double black. Let's draw a card, though. Air Elemental. Well, hopefully you come in handy soon, but not yet. And in the meantime, now I think I actually am willing to just leave the sprite back to try and not take damage from this spirit, but Sailor's certainly not blocking yet. Yeah, I guess it pumps the War Chief. That's a good point. Gotta damage them at some point, though, right? It's like we are just gonna need something for the War Chief. And here we'll offer these trades. You're right. 1 damage wasn't worth it in that point in time. I agree with you completely. Should not have attacked. It's like it may not matter here with that soul salvage breaking our back, but at the time that was definitely not a good attack. Well, that's not the worst. We have 7, so we can Blade Brand and cast Air Elemental. And the Sailor's got to go here. Unless we really think like the Sailor's the key to the long game and we actually want to Blade Brand the Air Elemental, but I think we only win this by taking out the War Chief with the Blade Brand and then having the Air Elemental hold everything else while we dig for other answers. I don't think Air Elemental is winning pretty quick in a 6 to 22, 3 creatures to 1 race. It's going to be 4 creatures after the dust settles on this turn. And of course we got to block the... you know, they might have a Blade Brand here themselves, but we just can't... We're not in a spot where we can play around tricks like that. Well, but my point is, it's not a 4-turn clock because we can't attack. We're at 5. We have a defensive air elemental. Like, if nothing else changes, we're just back on D, praying they don't remove the air elemental. Yeah, we have faced a lot of blue-black, haven't we? I don't know if we're doing giant monsters. We're both kind of evolving the Bill Stark turbo, not turbo fog, but like whatever you call it, escape shift deck. So I know we're going to look at that. But if there's things you want him to look at, we can reach out. Giant monsters event. Yeah, I don't even know the details, but I'll ping Jay and we'll talk about it. All right, we appear to be stable-ish. Dude has removed, well, Oppo has removed so many of our creatures that soul salvage is actually pretty bad for us. I mean, it still gets us 2 creatures, but it's just like all of our good ones are gone. Seems fair. We got some great luck today. I'm not worried about a little flood. Well, we'll throw a control bluff. Well, actually, we don't need one. We have the Sprite, but maybe they'll hold something back. I'm guessing not. Yeah, they have to attack with everything. Now, of course, they will. I'm going to just make them attack with everything. There we go. All right. Right? Press? I don't know. I just want to see... I want a button in the client that takes me to that sweet, sweet day-by-day classic squares per day calendar that just shows me what's going around. I should have one click... It should be one click away in the client. Am I still on Watsy's channel? No, they've moved on. Probably because I took a break or something. Or maybe they just have a rotating schedule. Serpent, it looks like they're doing a lot on the ground in this one. So, yeah, I like the Piranha trading with a 3/3. Maybe Serpent and Piranha both belong in here. And we take out a Cutthroat. Well, and again, seems like I just default to chopping down one Blade Brand. You want to put in Sage's Row? But that fills like their graveyard for all of their sweet stuff, right? They have soul salvages and make zombies and stuff. I don't think I want to do the Sage's Row plan. Let's try. Oh, let's do this though. Two, 3 body for the zombies, sure. I don't know what to cut though. You have to figure out what we're cutting. You can think about that for game 3, and if you can come up with a good full sideboard plan, we'll consider it. All right, that's good. We don't have to do Fenlurker now. We can do Sprite instead. But next turn is locked up. They have a lot to choose from, though. It's not a big deal for them to discard right now, probably. I'm going to go with the Sprite. Pretty good for us that Oppo doesn't have a 2 this game. And next turn we have Fenlurker, Sprite, or maybe a Paralysis if we think it's really important, but that seems unlikely. Pacified Aerialist incoming? Ooh, they are out of lands. So that does make Paralysis a little more interesting here. But both of these offer a trade, so we'll just attack. And this doesn't offer a trade. I mean, this offers a trade. And I do want to... Fenlurker is actually much worse against opponents who are mana screwed. It doesn't really... You know, they get rid of their highest CMC card, and it's not that big of a deal. But I don't want to do Paralysis here, so might as well do Fenlurker Sprite. And I'll start with the Sprite just so that... I mean, it's impossible for the Fenlurker... Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? No kidding, right? It's like, how is this gonna work me over? All right, only one, they got one life trigger off of that. Still missing their lands. And I think I like... With Soul Salvage, we could just send in and trade with whatever they want and start Soul Salvaging. I think I like that, actually, here. Let's do that. They've got some trades they can make, but it's all at least 1 for 1, and then we have the Soul Salvage. Well, if they double block Aerialist, we get in for extra damage. We get in for 5 damage, and then Soul Salvage. I guess we don't want to Soul Salvage a single thing back. Yeah, maybe Mike's right. Let's keep the Aerialist back because if I want to see him answer these first, I guess. Yeah, I like it. If I was certain that if the Aerialist died, we'd have 2 creatures in the yard, I would do it. But the whole point was to set up a Soul Salvage this turn, which this doesn't accomplish. But this is fine. Actually, what am I doing? Let's go this. And this. And this. I was hoping to get a nice, cheap, easy win where they just never draw a fourth land. Looks like we might have a fight on our hands. Nah, it's all right. I want good action on stream here. Now it's worth it. Send everything. See what happens. Basically what we expected. Let's see. Yeah, I've committed to this line now. We're not going to recast Fenlurker. Also got those out of the yard before Oppo could go steal them with their 5-drops. Hello, Captain. Pumping twice, probably not better than recasting Aerialist, but I didn't do the math right and forgot that we could play the island, so a little punt on my part there. They're racing, huh? That seems wildly bold to me. But I guess this is their only time to get in 4 with the captain, but still, why? Wow. Can't do Fenlurker and Aerialist, which also really reinforces the error of my last turn, because if I had an Aerialist down, we could play Fenlurker Paralysis here. As it is, we'll go ahead and play the island and attack. We could technically Fenlurker Paralysis if we did not pump, but I think we don't need to paralyze anything here. There's nothing stopping our attackers currently, which is the fundamental thing we're worried about. I want him to think we have something. Although, of course, when you manually tap, it just says, oh, they're trying to make me think they have something. What we want to do is freeze if they come up with something to stop our Air Force next turn. They may have to spend a turn on the Executioner. I don't think they have time to activate that Executioner, though, and pull this one out at 6 life. Ah, gross. Well, I guess we lose our Fenlurker to theirs, because I want the paralysis more than anything here. Guess I should have kept the land in hand. If we make it to 3, I'll keep in mind their own Fenlurkers for that decision. It could be a big deal that I like two seemingly innocuous punts here could actually lose us this game if things break the wrong way here. Should have had a land to pitch to that, and should have both the Fenlurker and the Aerialist down with Oppo at 8 instead of 6. They kept Executioner mana up for now. Let's see if they do anything else, or whether we can expect an execution. The nice thing they can do with the Executioner is block a sprite and execute the Aerialist and only take 1, or even chump the other one and take 0 if they want. Yeah, I mean, I would love for them to do it now. If they use the Executioner now, it would be too early. They should do the block and sack trick. Par for the course on our late event flooding here. Well, let's make him do it. We know what their play is. Let's make him do it. Still don't want to use that paralysis yet. All right, they're going to give us a couple off the Sprite. Or we're going to try. All right, turn is playing out as expected. And we will continue to hang tight on sleep paralysis, looking for anything that blocks our flyers. Yeah, I don't know, Juluz. That is weird. I don't know what the flavor there is on that mechanic. Yeah, I totally am willing to try lethal if they don't put anything else in the air. They only have 2 cards to try and not lose here. That's not going to do it. I think we got there, folks. Unless auto tap spends 4 islands on sleep paralysis, which I will make sure it does not. Other than just getting to 25, I haven't seen much life gain matters out of them. And yeah, we got it. We win. They want to use 3 islands, but they still give us enough to win with. Okay. Oh yeah, I was holding up Lurker, sure. All right, we've made it to the final boss. Maybe we're the final boss. Anything else we want to change in this mirror? Is this a negate matchup? Did we see a lot of stuff where this would have solved our problems? Seems like a lot of their action is creature-based. We were talking about Sage's Row, but I think that fills them up too much. They're not doing... It seems to be an air-based battle, although... I was saying that, you know, we put in piranhas because they're doing a lot on the ground. We could try the crab instead of, like, the serpent. I don't think I want convolute. We're not living at instant speed enough. Maybe that'd be fine. Yeah, we could mill them out, but the thing is, the milling is good for them too, right? So, yeah, I would rather just try and win with air power. We can consider the crab on the ground, but over what? That's where I think we have to take out the sea serpent if we're going to run the crab. So I don't know which sea creature you think is better. Yeah, I think I still like the serpent. Can actually block and kill stuff and then wins in a stall. So I'm going to stick with the serpent and call this a deck. All right, let's just take this one down so I can get on with my busy afternoon. Kind of be annoying if I have to play another match. Not because I don't love you all. And not because I don't love Magic. But it's getting late for me. Okay, that's a great start. He just got even better. Oppo playing with fire. I always crack my wild so I don't forget, but technically Oppo's doing it optimally. I'm doing it optimally for being old.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
Exactly, Mike, right? Like I've always said, my EV on waiting is far worse than my EV on just doing it while I remember. No need to lich pre-combat here, so probably also no need for me to play the land first, but we're definitely liching, so we're not going to pump. Well, Jag, we have two active new memes, and we've been repurposing some of the older ones. I've been using Rat Burglar for Fen Lurker, and then Frostlinks has been getting the chill treatment. I'm going to be greedy and ditch an island here. Greedy sounds incorrect inherently, but I just mean I'm going to correctly be greedy and ditch the island here, I think. Speaking of Fen lurking, let's go ahead and offer the Sprite for the Protector. And then we have Piranhas if they take, and we have Fen Lurker Piranhas if they don't. And also send the Lich. They might pile onto the Lich. Is it worth it to give up trade Lich for Soul Mender? No, none of them have been updated. Yeah, they would just triple block the Lich. The question is whether we want to trade Lich for Soul Mender here in this context. So, I guess not. So if Lich is back, then we're going to I'll follow through on the Sprite attack here. And we'll decide. The other thing to do is leave Sprite back. And just... Actually, I'm going to do no attacks. And try to get him with a Blade Brand on defense. We just telegraphed a little bit there, but not horrifically. Gecko skin, I mean, you heard my reasoning, right? I mean, I think we can get him better on the defense here with the Protector. I didn't want to hold up Lurker. I want to hold up Blade Brand. And this makes it look like, and we have a Sprite activation, and yeah, I didn't want Lurker. Oh man, every set has a million memes I could make. One of the things with memes depends on how literate you want to be, how literal you want to be. For example, you know, the come sail away meme, it doesn't say sailor or, you know, I particularly love memes that say the card names. But if if I'm willing to make memes that don't explicitly call out card names, there's practically bottomless. Well, the auto tapper had Sprite and Blade Brand considerations. We got screwed on the Lurker last time when we had Sprite in play, so I think it was them keeping... The auto tapper was keeping blue available for Sprite. Exactly. So, like, Buckeye suggests, shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Yeah, you could totally make a meme for the Heart Piercer bow with that, right? But it's like, it's not perfect. It's very loose. I try to go for the tighter memes, but if you do the memes a little more loosely, works out as well. Right, that's the other thing. Ideally, they are commons that you see in draft a lot. Right now, we've got 2 uncommons that we see in draft a lot. Okay, well, we get Sailor on the attack now. Might want to play Lich and ditch Sprite looking for a land, although Sprite gets through now as well. Maybe we just go Fenlurker Sprite and be fine. Could also just start drawing cards with our Spectral Sailor. But yeah, this is one of our last windows to get the lurker value, as Mike points out, so we'll do that.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Kind of sad, but we're going to give up our other Lich and work towards this Golem. I think Golem's too good to let go, even though we can cast Lich and not Golem. We can draw a lot of cards here, and that helps. Let's do this now. Hold land, but I'm trying to get to Golem. If I'm holding land, why did I bother pitching Lich? I mean, if it was wrong, I should just switch to the right plan. But now, with Air Elemental coming, I guess we could hold now. But they're top decking as well. I'm not going to fear their top deck. I'm just going to do it. We got to... If they top deck a discard effect, then fine. I mean, not fine, but like, I feel like we're taking reasonable risk here. And now, yeah, I'm just gonna keep forcing him to have it, because now we go land, air elemental, and then we have Meteor Golem next. Have they shown us any pump? No, I don't think so. Beyond the captain or whatever. Right, that's the other thing. If they top deck discard, we can regain our situation with off the Sailor. So I feel pretty good about our spot here. I mean, the question right now is what to Golem. Just the Sentinel gets us a bunch of air attacks, but it's not their biggest thing. But let's just get a land here. Just land. No land. No land. Let's see what they do with the flyer we've got. How they want to handle this. That's 5 turns in the air right there. And we get to play this one. Well, not 5 turns with their Soul Mender, I guess. Gecko Skin, I'm with you mainly just because, well, first we did not draw the land, but also Elemental's great here. It can also attack in the air. Captain, we should be able to hold out against. We'll see what they can attack with, but it's not going to kill us if they attack all or whatever. And it's fully telegraphed, so we just get to make our decisions. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, we're going to chew them up here, I think. Like, I think they use that captain as an excuse to make a bad attack. I mean, they have no threat of anything. So we get this on this, we get this on this, we get this on this, we get this on this. Anything else? We can also just, we can't really kill this flyer. Yeah, so that's fine. You want Sprite on the Mender? Oh, yeah, I like the... Sure, let's get the life gain killed. I like this. This is good. The other thing, we could let this live and actually just do this. Actually, I like this. Let's let the Lich live. Sea Serpent. And Lich for the captain here. Yeah, I'll take Lich for captain. $21. Oh man, we get a loot. Probably ditching whatever we loot because I'm liking these a lot. Although we have now a pattern matcher. We have Fenlurker that doesn't do much. Lich. Do we have the other Lich, or is that done for? Other Lich is done for. So I'm going to ditch the pattern matcher. We don't really have anything to match anyway, and these are better creatures. Exploding Planeswalker. Some people give up this early. Well, they're gonna come in again. They could have a charge. Let's assume charge here and block accordingly. And if we block this way, we take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and survive. This survives charge and kills the Necromancer. The only other thing we can do is block with Sailor. If we think that's... We could save some here. We could save 5 by blocking... Actually, let's do that. What am I doing? Let's just do this. Then it's really hard. Then we just don't get punished very much for this attack. All right, well, we got land for the Golem. And I like just taking out the Protector so there's no double blocks and getting him with the big flyers and even the ground. Yeah, let's see. Definitely this and this. I think we just live with these two on the ground, and this is a desperation block if we need it, and send all of these. That, or unless we can force a block. Let's see, 4, that's 11, 12. Yeah, we can't... Mike wants me to stay back with the Serpent, so that makes me nervous. Mike's often right. But we got there! We did it! Look at that! 5-0! We were desperate for some gems today, and boy, we got there. Great. What an awesome day of streaming. I don't think... I can call out some minor mistakes that we saw along the way. Little punts here and there. But nothing awful, and we really bore down and found our lines in some very tough games. So, whew, some days I think I'm a decent Magic player, and this makes you feel like that. I will look out for a Jag. But let's go... Actually, let's get the packs first. No, wait. What is the opposite of tilting? It's the Fiore? What's that? The lift your arms in the air feeling? All right, we went about an hour long today. Hey, look, you know you're having a great day when you go to your packs and you have exactly 10. I mean, come on. And we have we got double entry up there. So we've bought ourselves at least 7 days of drafting. 5 from this and 2 from this. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty junky. We got one Mythic Wild, though, and one Mythic. Would like to see more Mythics, but whatever.